Day and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station. Provides you with the opportunity to interact with it comes your way once a week, every Wednesday, every week on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midweek Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as activated action and stories. All in stock. Midweek Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact with it comes your way once a week, every Wednesday, every week on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midweek Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as activated action and stories, all in stock. Midweek Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact with edition of the program. Midweek Sports is where we highlight major activities and issues surrounding sports in Liberia with me, Julius Conton. And so today we have another wonderful guest in studio, and particularly we'll be discussing women's football. But we'll take this break to be right back. Midweek Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact it comes your way once a week, every Wednesday, every week on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midweek Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as activated action and stories, all in stock.
Many thanks for joining us. And if you're just coming our way, we'd like to say welcome to Midweek Sports here on Intel Sports. We are coming to you live and direct from GS8 and Rehab Drive, respectively, here in Painesville. The Liberia Football Association, as you may be aware, is continuing capacity development activities. And currently, we understand that a series of trainings are ongoing at its headquarters there in the Swakamo community. But on yesterday, the LFA also conducted a day-long intensive training talking about safeguarding procedures with stakeholders and clubs in Liberia. So we just thought as part of this program to bring you just a summary of exactly what happened here on yesterday. Many thanks for rejoining us, and we'd like to say many thanks to the media department at the Liberia Football Association for providing us that particular content and to have you updated as to activities at the level of the LFA. Late on yesterday also, we've got information that Liberia's ambassador at large for youth and sports development and also presented a cash prize as a means of motivation to the female national team after their recent triumph coming third place in Mauritania. And he presented, according to information, 600,000 Liberian dollars. There you see the captain, Ambassador Kebe, and also the third vice president at the Liberia Football Association during their presentation ceremony. So right about now, we have the third vice president at the Liberia Football Association, Judy Seaton. She's our guest in studio, and we just thought to set the pace with that donation exercise. So firstly, I'd like to say, Madam Vice President, welcome to Intel Sports.
Thank you, Julius, to you and your team at Intel Sports.
Thank you for honoring our invitation to be here. To begin with, let's talk about your own entry into women's football. How did it all start?
So to summarize, I was working with a grassroots team, the Brother United. It was a male team. And based upon the work there with the boys, I think few people at the level of the LFA in 2018 saw that they needed, I believe, my expertise, and they needed more women at the LFA to push their general sports at grassroots level. So I was invited to join, to be a member of the sub association at the time. And then fast forward, I joined Earth Angel. Earth Angel contacted me to be president of the club. And as we know, at that time, they was the champions always. We won the championship, and we worked with the girls in 2018. The Women's Football Association saw the cooperation and the push. And then they sent me on the ticket as the women's representative at the level of the executive committee. That's where it all started, because it's all about my journey to women's football. It's about women's empowerment, and making sure the girls' welfare and equal opportunities, equal benefits are met, and we advocate for the rights because, yes, so literally is how I drum in a summary, is how I started my whole journey with women's football.
So since then, how has it been from your own observation in terms of progress? How has it been so far?
So we started 2018 with 8 teams in 1 division. And we didn't see much competition because teams got relegated and it was just, nothing to stir them up to come back. So, yes, we decided that we'll introduce a new league and where competition will come in, something that's going to push the girls and even club owners to do better and step up their games. It was difficult to introduce, but nevertheless, we saw the idea and we worked with our stakeholders who believe in us, and we introduced the lower league with 12 teams, and then there was this relegation and promotion that brought a new narrative to women's football, and we saw people competing and have more girls participate in football, and gradually it grew. We established the community league, and we have 8 counties participating in the lower league. Now the nomenclature have changed to upward, lower, and community football. So we have more girls playing football, more women in football as compared to where we met it, but we still appreciate the ones that started the whole women football activities and the level of work they put in that we built on to push women football to where it is today.
Do you still see the dominance back then? Like you talk about the F Angels and Tito Sisters, War Girls, now we're hearing Determined Girls, Shatta. Do we still see that leaning side of dominance in terms of performance of the players?
Not exactly. The last season, we saw a lot of club owners really put in efforts, but at the end of the day, they're always a winner. But if you follow the game, you follow the league, there were a lot of great improvements when it comes to the girls' participation in the play on the field. And we had Bushra Queen breaking the undefeated record of determined girls. I believe that motivated the girls. And, Shatta put in the best as well. They got good players, but then they couldn't it was unfortunate, they just couldn't, I believe, reach the target to be champions. And other clubs, War Girls did well, and even Rival and many other teams put in the best. And I believe they've learned from it. And through conversation with some of the clubs' owner as to what is their the new what are the ways, what approach do they have right now for the new league season? It's really going to be competitive because everybody wants to test the water and become the champions and motivate other teams to come in, other people to push and believe that it's not a dominant one club thing, but other people will come in. But we must commend the stakeholders because we know that football is an expensive thing, and in Liberia, is holding a single individual kind of sponsorship thing. Yes.
Okay, earlier on in your introductory comments, you spoke about welfare, and I would like to know from your own office or the LFA's perspective in terms of the welfare of our players from the end of women's football we're talking about. How is it?
Good. So they said one of our very professional safeguarding officer is a former player in person, Kepe Lamy. And she had mastered that whole safeguarding work, and we're proud of her. And this is where we are pushing to have more former players come in to contribute the life. One of the things I push, the life doing after the pitch matter. So the safeguarding measures that have been put in place, the teaching, and we have a minimum wage that players should be given as salaries. And
you want to mention it?
It's 5,000 minimum wage.
Okay.
And we have mechanism in place. We have the player status committee. We have the women's football department that is always available and open to listen to the plight of the players at any time. And they're very proactive. They're there when we receive complaints, we take it right away to the legal and the necessary committee to step in for the girls to know that they're in a safe space where people care for them. It's not just about them belonging to their own team, but yes, they have a department with women and any men who are there for the welfare. So we have the safeguarding measure in place. We have the club licensing measure in place as well that drive them to the professional part of football. And all of them are kind of seen serve as tools to safeguard the girls when they play. And yes, those are some of the measures we have in place.
What are some of the things they've been saying or they've been complaining about that to some extent you've been addressing over a period, because these are things that will continue to happen, especially when they are playing the game? What are some of the issues they've been complaining about?
We know the number one, sometimes delay in salaries, and they complain about the contract. Some of them complain about they don't know much about the contracts. Sometimes they believe that their contract not really explicit, just a list of few of the complaints, not much, but those are just a few things that most have been complaining about, but we've been working with them.
How do you intervene in that instance?
So we have the competition department, and the player static committee is there. So when there's a complaint, we write the club and then invite the club, because we have to hear from them. Because part of it, we have to protect the club and the player as well. And they come and explain, and the relevant committee go through the process and make sure that everybody gets a fair share.
Okay, if you're just coming our way, you're watching Midweek Sports here on Intel Sports, and this is where we discuss exclusively sports issues in Liberia, and it's Intel. We are exclusively sports television station talking about sports in this country. And for our guest for today is the third vice president of the Liberia Football Association, Madam Judy Seaton. And today we are discussing exclusively women's football. Madam Vice President, I'd like to take you back to the last time the department or the LFA in general visited the prison compound or the National Prison Center. Tell us, what was the motive, firstly, behind that entire initiative?
So CAF and FIFA believe, as we also believe, that football goes beyond the pitch. And football has a wider platform, and football unites the world. And wherever women are found, we push for women empowerment and equity. So the whole thing about the Football for Change started with the former president of Sierra Leone, Asha Johansson. She crafted that whole program where she started with the correction center in Sierra Leone, teaching the inmates to become productive as they reintegrate into society after serving a sentence. And then she took she sold the idea to CAF, and CAF has taken ownership of that program, and it's called the CAF Women's Empowerment Program of Football for Change. And so we believe that women who are incarcerated, it's not the end of their life. It's a correction center, and there are a lot of trainings and mentorship and psychological counseling that should be done in a cell. It's not just putting them there and letting them come out the same way. So we apply and told CAF, yes, we are interested in this program. It's important that the women in Liberia benefit from such program. So it was, they received the CAF D license in the cell. And when they are done with their sentence, and some of them are their pre-trial detainees. We know how the justice system is sometimes. We believe when they are done serving their sentence, they will be reintegrated into society as agent of change, because the program serve as a way of positive impact, promoting positive change. So yes, we work with the girls at the Central Prison. Our CAF elite coach, Salam, she's an instructor of CAF, along with Rawa Latte and Cassidy and the entire team that CAF believe in the expertise. And Kemba was there as well, Coach K. they roll out the program. It was very interesting to see some of the women in cell. They are very educated, and they are pushing for their rights, and they are pushing for them to get justice. So we went through the process, and they got the certificate. We also looking at partnering with other entities, UN entities, to have some other engagements on the sentences. How can we help in going through some of those? Some are there for 3 months as of now, and when they come out, they have something to make money as empowerment. Mm-hmm. So that's what that program was all about, and they appreciated it.
So basically, they were trained. I want to know exactly where were they trained in?
Coaching. So they are coached right now.
Okay.
So when they come out, they can work with a team, coach a team, and they are CAF coaches.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great. Very great one. You're watching the Midweek Sports here at Intel. We'll take this break. We'll come back. We'll discuss other issues relative to women's football in Liberia. Every Wednesday, Thanks for rejoining us after our break. And if you're just coming our way, you're watching Midweek Sports here on Intel, and our guest in studio is the third Vice President at the Liberia Football Association, Madam Judy Seaton. Again, I'd like to say welcome to all of you. We'll read your comments as we go along with the program. Madam Seaton, welcome once more to the program. Just yesterday, we saw a donation trying to motivate the girls. Firstly, what do you make of such gesture by the ambassador?
We really appreciate the ambassador for such a kind gesture. You know, he came along with us on the flight, and he was so excited to believe that the girls would participate in with all those strong teams and become third place, in the third place position. So we had a discussion, and he said, I need to, could you give something to the girls to motivate them and see how I can even work with them more and create more opportunities for them. And he made good his promise. And we want to say thank you, Ambassador Kelly, and we appreciate your donation. And the girls were happy, they received it wholeheartedly, and then the captain, Margaret, thanked him for such donation. And we really look forward to more eminent people in society to join hands to come and support women's football, because it's empowerment and it's equal game. So we look forward to more people coming to work with the girls, work with clubs, and push women football in Liberia.
So is it something that they are benefiting, or they will benefit from individually, or the catch presented is something collective that will have to be worked on?
The catch was presented directly to the players.
Okay.
Yes, so they own it, they decided how they want to share. It was not presented to us. He gave directly to the players that this is for you, I appreciate you, and this is my little way of saying thank you for putting Liberia on the map. And they continue to make history, and we're proud of them. They play well. As that was some of his words to them, and it was presented to the captain, and they decided what they want to do with it. They will add interference with us.
Okay, that's great. Talking about that now, let's push quickly to support to women's football. Drill us through how has it been and how is it now in terms of support, because it's very cardinal.
So government has promised to support the senior national team, and over the period, the Liberia Football Association, we have been the ones doing the support for women's football through subvention and writing projects to FIFA and CAF, to our capacity building programs, empowering girls, and even coaches and referees, former players to come and merge with teams. And then the subvention, you already mentioned, and before when the sponsorship was there, clubs benefited. And it's just that, not a lot of support coming in for women's football. It's just the LFA who believe that it's important to have girls play football. And they have been the ones pushing this whole thing of women's football, and we saw the government contributed the 134 change to the women's national team, and we want to say thank you to the government. And we look forward to the girls having equal, contribution, and because when we say national team, it's national team. Mm-hmm. While yes, we support the boys, the male team, we believe that the girls should be given equal sponsorship, equal pay, equal salaries and benefits. So yes, it's the Liberia Football Association and FIFA and CAF through our programs that how we've been pushing the agenda of women's football in Liberia. So
you're sounding like not too happy with that, and nobody else will be. But have you been talking about the LFA, the Department of Women's Football, making some frantic efforts, especially with we got some big companies here, institutions that could also chip in or do a lot for the girls? Have you been making some efforts?
Okay, so let's present some cash to the women's lower league before for their winner. I think it was 3,000 and change or so. Yes, we want to thank them too. And yes, we've been engaging companies. We've been engaging different organizations. But it's been kind of difficult, really. We know how it is when it comes to football sponsorship in Liberia. And speaking about women's football, it's kind of difficult, but we are not deterred. We will still push to work with other organizations and even government. Without the government really helping to push, it's kind of difficult. We look forward to working with the government arms and the sports committee in the house. And other relevant people in society, people of influence, to come and work with women's football and support them. We really, in this manner, like to help you and let them see the need to support the girls. But it's been tight. There's no way I can design it. It has been really difficult for clubs and to run, or even for us to run women's football in Liberia. It's expensive. But hats off to the Liberia Football Association that continue to push the agenda of women's football to the programs and the supports. Yeah.
Are you still seeing some new stakeholders into women's football that are coming on board also to help the process? Are you seeing some new faces unlike before?
Yes, I'm happy. It's one of the things I really push, talking with eminent women. Come and join a team. Come and work with a team. The girls need you as mentor, beside the financial part, they also need that motherly role from you, the mentorship. Because we want for it to be holistic. It's not just about the pitch, but it's about discipline, it's about mentorship, it's about molding the minds of even the younger ones and navigating into society. It's almost like when you leave in high school, coming to the real world. So I'm happy to see the new women who are coming in football, Vivian, Marlene, and plus the other women who have been there. I'm happy to see more, and I think they talk about Naomi and some other women who have just joined. I'm so happy to see. I really look forward to see more women. And it's not only an all-girls thing. Mm-hmm. We look forward to see men joining as well to push the agenda of women football. And I believe that they come with wealth of experience and they're going to make change, because I'm also open to work with them. And I told them I'm going to be on your back. We need to see significant change in those teams that we have partnered with come the next season.
Yeah, that's a good one, because it will also help the process. When talking about this, we see, even though with the women's football, not to be discriminatory, but we also see more men coaching instead of seeing women, maybe if not even 100%, but 40, 50. What are some strategies in terms of training past players, women specifically, to come and coach? Because I think they will be more comfortable seeing their counterpart than the male coaching them in some perspectives. What are some of the training opportunities for women?
I believe that has been the choice of the clubs, because there are women coaches there around.
Okay.
Yes, they
compared to men.
There are more men. You can't erase that. There are more male coaches, but there are still available female coaches, and we continue to carry on the coaching program and encourage more women to participate. But there are still female coaches out there that those teams can still bring up to the team. We'll continue to push that. I think one point in time we had, we'll continue to, like FIFA and CAF have the imposed law to push equity and to push certain standards, especially when it comes to women's football. So some of those are some of the mechanisms we'll continue to put in place, where probably either one of your coaches should be a female, and to give women the opportunity to work with the team. But there are few coaches out there that can, the club can still reach out to work along with them, work along with the team.
So some of the trainings you've been conducting, are you seeing some improvements from the end of the coaches?
Yeah, great improvement. We talk about Coach K. Keper, and we see Famata Ding. She's another one that we're proud of. She's a former player, and she reached up to the level of coaching one of the national teams. We're proud of her. And we have Cecilia Alpha, we have I think as San Francisco, I have some other former players coming in to go to the coaching program. Yes, we happy. Yes, that they made themselves available and they pushing. It's not about being the best, but it's about you continuing to push. So yeah, we happy with that. We look forward to seeing more.
This is Midweek Sports here on Intel, and our guest in the studio is Judy Seaton. She's the third vice president at the Liberia Football Association. We'll read your comments very shortly. Thanks to all of you for following. Please keep following. We'll take this break. When we'll come back, we'll talk about decentralization in women's football.
Midweek Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact with it comes your way once a week, every Wednesday, every day on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midweek Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as activating action and stories, all in Midweek Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact with it comes your way once a week, every Wednesday, every day on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midweek Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as activating action and stories.
Thanks for rejoining us on the program Midweek Sports. I hope we can get some highlights because we're talking about women football. So some of you who have not had the opportunity to go at any of the venues, you can see exactly the talents that we have here in Liberia. And we will encourage you during the new league season so that you can go and see real football at our venues. There you see the Tommy girls, can I say the giant killer, always doing extraordinarily well in the league. As a matter of fact, they are the defending champions. And some of the things that even though if you are a superior, you need to show that through the score mark. We see some real big goals scored in the league. Are we, Madam Vice President, is it that the bigger teams continue to show more supremacy over the smaller teams, or are we seeing some of the smaller teams trying to bring some surprises, or is it just always the case?
Some of the smaller teams started to bring surprises. We saw Soccer Ambassador. They compete and they drew with some of the top teams. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned Bishop Queen earlier on. And some of the stronger, the lower team, not lower per se, but some of those not very strong team, and he tried to say in that way. They've been competing. They've been competitive to some extent. War Girls came and they compete, and they made some changes. The league was really competitive this year, enjoyable, and it was
We also have some foreign players currently, some from the Gambia, Guinea as well. Is that also helping to further improve the quality of the league?
Yes, but it also helped to push our local players as well. And the tournament in Mauritania sent a message and a signal that if we really invest in the local players, they can compete with any foreign player regardless of the team they find themselves on. They can even beat a foreign team like we went. It was local players. We didn't nationalize any player, but it was just our own Liberian girls put Liberia on the map, and they beat the same foreigners, some of the teams, the foreign players that play in Liberia. They were able to beat and draw with some of the teams. So yes, we have good players here. They just need to, what we need to do is invest, and we'll see the best out of them.
We need to invest, and we will see the best out of them. This is Montserrat County, which is not Liberia alone, as it is always said. what are the programs currently across Liberia talking about women's football? Where are some of the counties that we have games or leagues? How is the level of the leagues?
So we had league in List of You, Maryland, and frankly, the chairman been doing extremely well. He's been there. They play football. It's a sports for women in Maryland, and we have Grangie there. We have Nimba. We have Lofa. We have we have few more counties.
We have Mangibi.
Magibi, yes. We see women football being play in all those areas. So that's a form of decentralization. Bassa, they play in Bassa as well, and those girls really play. They play good because like Lofa, Grangie there, Maryland, what they know there is football. That's why they play. Nimba, they play football. The girls play good football. Some of the players from in the counties have been selected to the national team. Some of them have come in town to join with other clubs. So it's part of the decentralization mechanism that we put in place. And we really want to see women's football across the country, and that's why we are pushing. Yes.
Okay, and I also understand that we have the levels when it comes to the national team. We have the under 20. So the grassroots, which you spoke about, how are you moving further to get the young kids? Because to have a very good national team, you have to start from the grassroots, the youth level, before coming to the senior national team. What are the programs like from the grassroots level coming forward?
So speaking about you talk about the national team, we have the U17, the U20, and what we also pushing, when the talent development scheme team went out, they spotted some girls, and we are pushing to have the girls program, the girls part of the talent development program, and that way we're going to have more new girls coming in the football space and having younger players. And that's why, to deviate a little bit, that's why we push for county meet, women's football in county meet. Taking into consideration a county meet issue, we also know is a space of reconciliation, but it's also where you identify new players. And if women's football is being placed in the county meet, there will be a lot of brand new raw talents that Liberia would be like, wow, we've been wasting time to bring all of these girls to empower them, where they could be sent out of the country to support their families and even make Liberia proud. So these are some of the programs. Have the grassroots program. I have a lower league and the community league. In those leagues, you'll find younger players and coming up to form part of the women's football activities. So we also have the school program. The school program is one place where we can identify younger players to women's football.
So are you rolling these programs out one after the other?
Yes, some of them are done simultaneously.
Okay, you talk about the county meet, which I wanted to go to. What has been the sticky issue behind having the girls or women's football into the county meet? What have they been saying, talking about MYS, the Ministry of Youth and Sports?
No money.
The money syndrome.
The money syndrome. It has been a no money syndrome, and it's disappointing because at this stage, if Liberia wouldn't see the need for women's football to be included in the county meet, then we have an issue, because women's football is global, and there are a lot of opportunities out there for the young girls. And for it to be even left with the female to bear that portion of the no money syndrome is even more frustrating. Because if there's no money, then work with, condense your program in a way that everybody will benefit. Let the equity show that this gender imbalance, we have to eradicate it. So there's no way that you have a whole county meet and all we get is no money. That's why we cannot have women's football in county meet. It's just quite unfortunate. And we're really going to push. We'll talk to the committee, the host committee for sports. we read the Ministry of Youth and Sport again. We reach out to Gender Ministry. We reach out to the First Lady, the Second Lady, the President Office, eminent women in society that will join us to push. It's not just about women football, it's about equity and women empowerment. And Content Meet is the bigger platform where players come in to show their talents. And we have different agents around the place that will see them and create a pathway for them. Some of them could travel to play on other clubs' team internationally that will benefit the family. And Labra will be proud. We cannot only be identified with success, but we should also help to grow. Not only when the seed begins to germinate. So the whole thing about Content Meet has been the no money syndrome is frustrating. And we ask even the media to help to push before come this Content Meet. Let's see, because we're more sure. Liberia Football Association, 2 times we showcase women football. It was on us. That shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the responsibility of the Liberia Football Association. We don't own women football. Women football is for everybody. It's equal game. It should be seen and given equal attention as the male football. So we should say football. One point in time, FIFA President Gianni Infantino said he wanted to reach the stage where they would say football. And when you think about football, it's not a male and female. Let it just be football, and everything should be done together. So these are some of the things, talking about the school program, these are some of the things that we have in place to bring up more raw talents, and the Content Meet will also help to identify new players.
I think the campaign, you need to really accelerate this particular campaign. This is why we're also providing you the platform, because we understand that they've released the fixture already for this year's edition. So you have to push more, even if, like you stated, if you can start with the accountants that will already be willing and available to present their players. So maybe, or their teams, you can start from that note. I think that will be fun, because it's not a good thing. So you need to roll your sleeves well and do more. We're in June and the program will be starting in December. You're watching Midweek Sports yet on Intel, and we are having in conversation as our guest the third vice president at the Liberia Football Association, Julie Seaton. Let's see if we can read your text messages very shortly as we continue the program before we can wrap up. We hope to get some of your texts coming in, and we will read them for you. But if you're just coming our way, you're watching Midweek Sports yet on Intel, and we are discussing women's football. So we're taking this break to be right back.
Midweek Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact your way once a week, every Wednesday.
thanks for rejoining us as we are gradually wrapping up on this presentation of Midweek Sports here on Intel. Let's read a few of your comments quickly coming in. This one from Nanli. It says it's a commendation. It says, keep pushing female football in Liberia and keep up the good work. That's a complimentary one to our guests. Another one says from Alfred Collins. He said, great work, guys. And Vivian Nije Ennis Mangil. She says, great deliberation. And you can keep them coming in. Jacob Tue writes and says, congratulations to Intel. Thanks for the compliments as well. Please keep your comments coming in. This one says, let female soccer be decentralized and choose schools in the 15 counties. When that awareness is done, it will encourage more females to participate. You can keep them coming and we will read them as we are winding down. Madam Vice President, I think you followed the comment section, even though you spoke about that, about the decentralization. But is it also happening for the schools aspect as this person wrote and commented?
We're trying, but one challenge that we have is, the thing about the other sports for female where they provide sponsorship through school fees, and yes, that has been a great challenge to just go to a school and say, yes, introduce women football in your school, and without giving the same opportunity to the girls. Think about you're a father, I'm a mother, and if there are opportunity for your daughter to choose between both, which one she's going to choose, and when she has benefit from one and there's not benefit for the other one. But the overall thing is not looking at the bigger picture that yes, we're not going to pay the school fee, but there's a wider platform that we even sell out there. So we also have to work with the MCSS and the Ministry of Education to see how they can have this part of the curriculum because it's a recreation, it's a tools where you empower the girls and you teach them self-esteem through football and teamwork, and they learn different leadership skills and leadership ability. So, but it's been kind of tricky and not too much of a push. I said, well, we have to put order to support to push women football, but we are still work in progress when it comes to women football. So we'll continue to engage. And hopefully, yes, that's what we want to see, that women football be across, like I mentioned before, in the 15 countries across Liberia. And I hope we need somebody from Ministry of Education in Washington, where we can go back to the drawing board and see what are those mechanisms that we can put in place to introduce women football in school.
I think it will be good.
Hugely.
Yeah, sure. So I want to come to this point where you spoke, you said as a mother and also an activist. At times, unlike before, which we always want to say, we haven't been seeing the girls 17, 20 national team up, leaving the country, going, traveling back and then playing for Liberia like that, as we are seeing of recent. Talking to some of them, what have been some of the feedbacks that have been given? They're happy now that they are given the opportunity because it's based upon performance. And that's a good thing about the coach and her team. She watched almost all the games when once available. And she go for talent. She doesn't go based upon people she know, because she wants the best for Liberia. And that's why you see we have 17 on our team. We have those minor playing on the national team based upon the hard work and the performance. So they're happy that, yes, once I push harder, I can be given the opportunity to play on the national team. It's nothing where somebody got to influence any decision. We are the level of the executive. We don't call the coach, put this player there. No, it's an independent thing with the technical staff because we want the best to go out there and represent Liberia. So they're happy that they gave me the opportunity, and they're just excited. Though everything not going well as they want,
But so far, they're happy that they gave them the chance to play.
So from your own perspective, if the support which we continue to talk about, financially to be exact, if it really been pushed in, invested in the sector, how do you see women's football maybe the next 5 years from now? If the needed investment you're speaking about can be put into it?
Women's football will make headways even in Africa and even the world. You've seen when some of the players who've traveled play back then with just the limited resources. Some of them didn't even get salary on time, you know. Some of them were just playing for passion and they play that much. Today, actually, in Qatar, they're there in the United States. And Mimi Kim and joined the team, though she wasn't part of our program then, she didn't start with us. But just to go away a little bit, yes, I needed to say this. Yeah. She motivated the girls. She played and as a team, and they saw a lot in her that they tapped on. So if the girls are giving support, like we've come back, practice section, they pay. It's frustrating that a whole national team will go and you see in the budget, it's just a wide range between the men and the girls. Well, how can the girls get $50 for clean padan and the men getting $150 and it's football? It's just unreasonable. And we can't keep cheating these things. It's frustrating because if I have my girl child playing and someone going to be an advocate for women's rights and you speak for equity, how can you sit there and allow these things to happen? But I'm not just sitting there and allowing these things to happen, but it's the system that we need to change. And we need everybody to have that broad mind that when you talk about football, you talk about national team, it's not a negotiation thing. It's not a proposal or a bill that should be passed. When you talk about football, national team, equal benefit. Give them what they deserve, because there are a lot of players out there, but they have been identified to come on the national team. Mm-hmm. So give them the opportunity to motivate them. But see, they play for $50 and see where they reach, because we have to motivate them. Yeah, we love the male team. There's no discrimination. It's, bring everybody together and we say, leave no one behind. So if the male will get $1,500 and change or whatever it is, it's below the belt to have a female player going for $50. Come to think about it, they need to do more. We can't continue to sugarcoat this thing. It's frustrating, and we call it on there to push and do more. Yes, we can. If we decide to do this, let's do it the right way. So if the girls are giving attention, support to practice, to participate in other tournaments, we'll have a strong team. We saw Nigeria came here, Senegal came here. What happened with them in the under 17? Because they were motivated, we were on their back, we put them on camp. Yes. So we need to support. It's not only financial support. Financial support is key, it's cardinal, but we need even the mental support. Mm-hmm. We need the attention that being given to the male game, same should be given to the female game as well. And this is no politics. It's just the reality of what needs to happen. And we look forward to that. And it's going to be a significant difference in women's football in Liberia.
So before we wrap up, we can get your closing comments.
So when I enter, I said first, say thank you to Intersports. This is one of the areas where you see well-branded, and thank you for your level of professionalism in speaking to the issues and not being so personal. Even us, we believe in criticism because it helps to shape our work and help to bring us, keep us busy. But thanks for the opportunity, and we really look forward to partnering with you more often to show some of the promotional videos and our year-end activities reports, and how we can also push the agenda with football. We have some outstanding projects that FIFA has already approved when it comes to the women's football campaign. As we begin to roll out those activities, the campaign is going to kick out in 7 of those counties that do not have women's football. It's going to be like a big festival because we want to make it a wide and cause noise about women's football to have those counties. seeing the need for women's football. And with our strategic plan, we have 5 pillars: grassroots, capacity building, leadership and governance, and a list in the other 3. So we already started working in creating opportunity for the girls, empowering them, even for women in sports. So also push that women's football need more attention. We cannot overemphasize that. We say thanks to the government for the level of support, and we look forward to more. And even the media world, we look forward to them speaking on improvement for women's football and football in general. And we see how we can make women's football the number 1 sport in Liberia. And thanks to the Liberia Football Association and the leadership for the level of effort made in making our work a little bit easier. Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
And thank you very much.
Before I go, thanks to the stakeholders who have invested in the girls in football. Yeah, hats off to you, and we look forward to more engagement working with you.
Thank you so much, Madam Vice President. It has been a wonderful time here on Midweek Sports on Intel. This is how I'd like to wrap it up. Join us next Wednesday for another presentation of Midweek Sports on behalf of the entire team who helped in making this edition a success. My name is Julius Conter. Please have a wonderful time from Painesville.
Midweek Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact with it comes your way once a week, every Wednesday, Midweek Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as activated action and stories, all in the sector. Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station.
Audio.